Hey guys, it's Cisco Spider, and I normally don't watch shows on MTV. I know they have cartoons besides Beavis and Butthead, but for the most part, they've all lasted around one season. But Daria is one of the exceptions. Daria is about a social outcast student named Daria who doesn't care about anyone at her school or anyone in the world, for that matter. But she strangely enough finds some high school drama alongside her best friend Jane. Daria is definitely one of the most relatable shows ever. Yeah, the main character can only be relatable to a few people, but everyone else on the show, every character, any side characters, anyone from Daria's high school can be very relatable to anyone. In fact, a lot of people in Daria's school, like the jocks and the cheerleaders and the fashion clubs, they can still be relatable to anyone in high school nowadays. It seems like high school has not yet changed. And the show just captures the feel of being in high school and everyone surrounding you. And even if you're not a social outcast, if you're like a jock or like someone popular, you can still relate to a few people on the show. And heck, you can somewhat relate to Daria in a sense. It just captures the essence of high school so well, and that's what I love about the show. And the show is really funny, and a lot of the humor comes from Daria herself, even though she is one of those characters who does not show emotions, but just her lines themselves are just really funny, and you don't really need emotions to say these funny lines that Daria says. And the show has a lot of heart, and coming from a social outcast and an emotionless person that Daria is, seems like a lot of heart does come from her. And yeah, her family does contribute in the heart, but for the most part, it does come from Daria, and it's not just her family. There's a few episodes with Daria and Jane and Trent and other people, and it just captures, why these characters love each other, even if it's a love-hate relationship. And that's one thing that Family Guy does not do. These characters act like, a family, Daria's family. They fight with each other, but at the end of the day, they still love each other. And the other characters on the show, in Daria's high school, they can be jerkish at times, but for the most part, they are, not out of character. They act like typical high schoolers instead of shows like Family Guy that, I don't know. And as for the characters, most of them are just stereotypes. You got the jock, the goth, the emotionless outcast, the popular kids, the fashion club. They all follow stereotypes you'd find at a typical high school, but they expand on those. It's not just a goth. It's a goth who likes art and does have a heart at times, and that's why I love Jane. She's probably my favorite character besides Daria. And there's also Trent, who gets a lot of development. At first, he does come off as the lazy, slacker guy who wants to be in a band type person, but you really feel for him. And through all these episodes, all these 65 episodes, and half of the episodes that he's in, he gets a lot of development, and you start to like him. And he doesn't just become a one-dimensional character, but he just becomes likable. But yeah, there are some characters like the main jock and I forget his name, and Brittany, who they don't have much to do with the show. They're there and they're in almost every episode, but they don't have much of a personality besides being a cheerleader or a jock. But I feel like that's their point. Daria is an amazing show with a lot of relatable themes and a lot of relatable characters, with a lot of comedy and a lot of heart. All 65 episodes and the 2 TV movies are on DVD, so if you have not yet seen Daria, or you want to revisit watching Daria, it's on DVD for about 20-25 bucks. Definitely worth buying, and even if you're not going to buy it on DVD, still an amazing show to check out. It's a must-watch for cartoon fans, and for 90s fans, since this did come out in the 90s, even though it's not for kids, but it still counts. So, yeah, I'm the Disco Spider, and peace out.